Woodrow, just pressing on his own, gives everyone else the chance to get a few steps further forward. Foul by Taylor, and wisely keeps on moving away from the referee.
Good little bit of skill as well. Look, just tries to let it run across his body there, Josh King, and Taylor trying to have a nibble at it. He's only going to foul him there, but got to be a little bit more patient when you're defending there.
Excellent from Adama Traore. Castagna delivers. Taylor to the rescue, stooping to head it clear.
Not a very good ball from Castagna. Had a little bit of time, a little bit of space there, and he should be picking someone out.
Again, Raul Jimenez just can't get any joy. Blocked off by Hegorska.
Have they?
No, Norris has made one good save, I would say, one decent save.
I think there's a little bit of danger on when they get it wide, Fulham, and haven't provided any of the final balls to hurt them at the moment.
Home supporters wanted a free kick there out of Calvin Bassey. Here's King. Dances in the field. Raul Jimenez has to reach for it. Kearney. Castagna. And Traore gives it again to Castagna. Plenty in waiting, and he clears them all.
More ball again.
Now Bassey. Reed breaks it through to Josh King, who goes on the outside, gets the shot away. The man down in the middle for Wycombe. Referee, I think, had clocked it. Now he's going to allow a little bit of treatment.
Well, they're entitled to play on, Fulham. It's not a head injury, so you're entitled to play on. Yeah, there was a knock in there, but you can see it was a touch, really.
Luke Leahy, who goes down, I think he might just had his foot trodden on.
You don't want to go down there. You're trying to defend your goal. You've had your foot trodden on. Who cares? Just get on with it. It could cost your team a goal there, but I hope he's not injured. I hope I'm not putting him down there by saying that, but got to get up. You're sitting down in a 6-yard area. You can't push out as a defence. You can't play. Get up and got to get on with it. Let's call it Woodrow. What a goal this was. Nick the ball in possession in that midfield area, but look at this for a strike. Look, comes inside Josh King, shoots it past Diop, and that's past the keeper there. Look, before he's really got across there. Had so much power on it. I think you could see it as the ball was moving there. It was gathering pace all the time. Great strike.
His 9th game for Wycombe on loan from Luton Town. And it's his 3rd goal, scored against Huddersfield and Mansfield. Take a look at some stats. I mean, everything says Fulham are dominating this game, but they're not creating an awful lot.
No, I think the final balls haven't been good, John. They've been getting to that dead ball line, and Traore or Kevin or Castagna or Bassey, whenever they got to that dead ball line, the final ball hasn't been very good. Not been picking out players. One header from Jimenez really from across, but troubled them enough. Tom Kearney's curled one wide from the edge of the area, but surprisingly restrained at the moment. Marco Silva. Normally he'd be doing it now, a performance like this when they're losing to a lower league team, so remarkably restrained.
But some tough games away from home in the Premier League. Lost to Newcastle, also played Villa, Bournemouth, which is a very tough game these days, and Arsenal. So you cut them a little bit of slack, but the pressure will come on if they lose against League One Wycombe.
Yeah, they're a strong team now as well. Fair play to Wycombe, though.
Yeah, 7 changes tonight if you have just joined us for Fulham, but they're not. This is not a group of kids who've come in, they're all senior players. This is Tom Kearney here. Threads the ball through to Adama Traore, one of the players who kept his place, having started at the weekend. Kearney again to Adama Traore. Shifts it inside and finds Reed and Bassey. Everybody back in the final defensive third for Wycombe. Josh King.
See, he's kind of slow. You want to isolate these boys in their full-back positions, one-on-one. Traore had an opportunity over there, but there you go, it's too slow, and then you end up forcing it a little bit, as Harrison Reed did there. And it's, that one wasn't on the money either, but when you do get it wide early, and then they get at them. Don't have a second thought, the two wide players, get out of those full-backs.
Bubbling under Marco Silva, isn't he?
So is he. He's a tough little player, isn't he? I think he's been brilliant for Fulham when he's come into the team. He was a regular, but obviously Sasalukis came in, Sander Berg came in, and they all got in front of him, so he got injured at a vital time, missed out on games, but this is a time when he can enjoy being in the first team. Him and Tom Kearney, they've got to make the most of it.
Yeah, no Premier League minutes yet this season for Harrison Reed.
He's a good player as well.
Here comes Castagna again. Allen's header, but drops down. One back again by Henderson for Wycombe. And Bell is wide, and he was the player who had the treatment. He looks fine now. Slipped into the goal scorer, Paulie Woodrow, the former Fulham man. He spreads it all the way out to the other former Fulham Academy man, Jack Grimmer. Grimmer delivers his cross. Comes out to Onyedinma. Scored in a not dissimilar position against Huddersfield. Grimmer puts it in. It was a good cross as well. It was Cuenca away. Then Taylor. And Onyedinma won't give it up. Bassey's trying to just provide the barrier. Just enough there, the Fulham defender.
It looked like they're going to get in the break, John, at 1-up, which is no mean feat. That was a little passage of play where they got a little bit more confidence, kept the ball better, a little spread of play there by Paulie Woodrow as he came off the centre-backs, but it's a little bit more confidence that you get as it progresses, and Fulham will get a little bit edgy in that second half if they don't score early.
Here's Kevin. Early release for Raul Jimenez, and he provides some magic in this wide position. I've really seen him come wide to get involved, Jimenez. Kevin again, he's against Onyedinma this time, and he pushes it towards the back post where Castagna has made the run, comes off Bell, and it's a corner for Fulham.
Yeah, good defending by Bell. He just tried to make himself big there, jumped early because he knew he'd been done by the run by Castagna, who came in late, and a good ball from Kevin onto that far post. Maybe the last opportunity of this first half. Tom Kearney trotting over there. Give it an in-swinging free kick. I'd like to see this one a little bit of pace, a little bit flatter. Haven't won really any ball that's been lofted. Get a flat one in.
They roll it short. I'm going to say, Tony, that was worse.
That's not that flat. I didn't mean that flat, John. Not along the floor.
Harrison Reed just lofts the ball, looking for Traore. Sam Bell, the Bristol City loanee, and they clear their lines again. Paulie Woodrow. Well, you'd say he hasn't had much joy other than the fact that he's scored the only goal of the game.
Well, he's there to occupy the two centre-backs. He's made a nuisance of himself, but he scored a great goal. So he really had a lot to do as far as balls played up to him with his back to goal, trying to hold it up. But what he's done well, especially the goal.
Picked around the corner for King. Handled there, but the referee let that go on. And it's good work by Woodrow. He gives Onyedinma a chase. He's up against Bassey though, but he does get there, and he delivers early into the penalty area. Terrific play by Onyedinma. Taylor's under pressure. King.
Bobby Becker's hold the ball there for King. He's given a nice little roll sitting in front of the midfield too there, but when that ball comes out just a little bit loose, he's got to be a little bit stronger.
gets the ball and turns. Got a little nudge from Hagel-Scar, but Rimmer pulled out of it. But I think he might still get a yellow card here for being to some extent out of control.
First tackle was a foul, but the second foul was a little bit grimmer. Sorry. He didn't really go for him, did he? Look, he's half pulling out there, Grimmer. Yeah, just slides underneath it, really. He's totally committed to it.
But he took his boots back in crucially, which is why he's still on the pitch.
Not as bad as it looked, John, was it?
Calvin Bassey might disagree. Not much sympathy from the home supporters as he makes his way forward. They just roll the free kick and Kevin can have a go at Onyedinma. Think back his way. Thinks he does. Wycombe trying to get a counter-attack going with Ewan Henderson.
Got the ball well. Kept it well again. Nothing was on in front of him, Henderson. Used his footballing brain there to keep hold of the ball. Came out, kept hold of the ball, and has run the clock down. Good half for Wycombe. Well played.
Well, he will be the happier of the two managers. Michael Duff, the League One manager, sees his side go in at half-time, leading by a goal to nil. It was Paulie Woodrow, the former Fulham man, who got the goal. Fine strike early on, and that's the difference between the two teams as we go in at half-time at Adams Park. It is Wycombe Wanderers 1, Fulham 0. They will have looked at that draw and thought, well, this is a great opportunity to be getting through to the quarter-finals. They avoided the big Premier League teams, most of whom are in action tomorrow night. This is a big opportunity, and an opportunity for the players that Fulham have sent out. The Marco Silva has sent out 4 of the players who started against Newcastle, started tonight as well, so 7 changes, but as we said, the kids that are involved in the squad are on the bench, with the exception of Josh King, who you forget is still a kid.
Yes, right, and I think they would have wanted to put this game to bed a lot earlier, quite honestly. It's going to be a tough task for them. But they got a big game at the weekend. I think it's Wolves at the weekend, and they want to keep Wolves down in those lower reaches because Fulham are slipping down there at the moment. But I still think they've got plenty of ability, Fulham, not to get in any relegation problems for me, but they'd love to progress in this competition.
Eagle Scar with a relatively long throw, but it was won by Diop. And now Mullins just trying to work himself through to shoot, and it came back his way, and eventually he got a powerful shot in.
Yeah, left, little block, came back on his right, just had a little bit of a snapshot on the half volley, kind of sliced it a little bit, but had to do it kind of rather hurriedly there. Look, comes back to him quickly, just has a little bit of a lash at it.
Young players that they signed from Brighton back in the summer.
That was the best ball of the game there, the keeper. Look on, great driven ball in the Jimenez.
Traore immediately comes in field. Really seen him do that in the first half. There's a strange ricochet. The clearance hit another defender. Taylor Allen, the left back tonight for Wycombe, with it forward. Woodrow, he hasn't looked at that free kick all night.
Got to do more than that, Corley Woodrow, than just stand there and make out he's being fouled from behind, because Dion just standing his ground there.
Yeah, Robert Madley's the referee. He's been consistent with that call.
That's better down that left-hand side. Got a little bit of a doubling up situation there. That was a lot better.
That was Ryan Sessignon, wasn't it, who cut off, who got that cross in.
Well, he's going to be, a real danger. As I say, getting half through.
Swung into the near post and flicked on and flicked in. It is Josh King at the near post. The Premier League side are level, and he can finally celebrate that first senior goal, and nobody can take it away from him.
Those feet tapping now from Marco Silva. That's a great start to the second half. And it started by Sassignon making that overlap on that left-hand side. I was just doubling up. That's a great flick from Josh King. It should be defending a little bit better than that, because he's only slight, isn't he, Josh King? But lovely little flick around the corner. Little bit of improvisation. Look, just gets up there and flicks it around. Should be someone in front there, because that's a black cloth. He's poor defending, but great technique, and a lovely little bit of improvisation, just flicking it round the corner, back heel. Great goal.
Changes everything, doesn't it?
Bassey's gone back into his normal position now. See, he wasn't getting forward, really helping Kevin in that first half, was he? He wasn't getting past him, wasn't doubling up, but now you're going to see a different sort of game from Fulham, where Sessignon will go, Kevin will come inside, Sessignon will go on the outside. Makes all the difference.
Neat footwork from Sam Bell. Now Onyedinma. That's fast footwork from him. The step overs, he keeps going. Now Grimmer. Didn't really get forward in the first half, the skipper. Didn't really need him to. Up to his task well, though, isn't he? Big night for him as well, against his former club, as we said. I think he's acquitted himself really well. All the goals to concede, though, for Michael Duff, a set piece from probably the smallest player in the Fulham team. He'll be really annoyed with that. Kept them, limit them to quite a few chances, but they'll be disappointed with that. Here's Onyedinma. Up against Batty again. Sessignon comes back to get involved.
Josh King, but that goal's picked him up a little bit. His levels have gone up, you can see. Just drifting into a wide position there, getting on the ball, didn't stay static as he was in that first half. Oh, great turn. Great turn.
King again, and he finds Traore, who slips but recovers. 3 around to Tamba Traore. He goes down, there's no free kick. Henderson comes away with the ball. Clearance with a little flag. Harrison Reed. Woodrow's down on the ground.
There's a great turn there, John, by Josh King. I mean, when you're in that pocket, you've got very little time to react, and it takes a special player, even someone so young as Josh King there, to have such a great first touch. I think that's what separates him from, you really think he's going to be special.
Playing regularly for a Premier League team at the age of 18 and celebrating his first senior goal this evening. Sessignon was determined to get there, and then Reed challenges okay. Sessignon finds Traore into the penalty area, and he moved it on again. Kenny tried. Sessignon was the target. Really well defended though, and it's a corner.
Should have shot. Will they? Be aiming for the big man again on this set piece. Josh King, the big man.
Allen is down. The referee is giving a standard.
Brad Roberts, Richard Goff, all guys like that, really good players, all good in the air. Who scores? We did. The big men, and then someone like Josh King, if he can wriggle free, he's got such ability. Improvisation, as I said there, that's a special goal from a special player.
Josh King will take that. Comparison with the great Aussie ID legend.
Oh well, I hope he gets that.
Down, because Taylor Allen's going to have to hobble around and re-enter in 30 seconds of playing time. There are times I think that rule is good, and times where it seems very harsh on the injured player.
He'll be a little bit disappointed with that because he's got such great technique. Obviously there's Ogilody because there's a man down, comes out to Tom Kenny. He's a little bit safe, I think, there, kind of half a side foot instead of going for that far corner trying to drive it in. Concentrating on hitting the target, he played a little bit safe, and someone with such great technique as him, he'll be a little bit disappointed.
they've got Taylor Allen back on, which I'm going to say is generous. That's not 30 seconds, that's about 5 seconds, because they only took the corner, pushed straight over. Here's Reed with the corner for Premier League Fulham into that near post. Not a dissimilar corner, is it? It's Jimenez White this time.
Yeah, a couple of block-offs there. I think that would have been a real set piece. There would have been a couple of little blocks there. And Jimenez feigning to go into the 6-yard area. Pulls away, comes out and tries to get in on that near post.
Well, it could go to penalties at 90 minutes. We've seen Premier League teams go out of the competition, most notably Manchester United against Grimsby early on. This was Kearney's attempt.
Yeah, should start that outside the post really, but it's started quite central, so it's an easy one for the keeper, but it's not a bad try.
Right. Changes coming, and many is the answer. So Allen is clearly struggling. Daniel Harvey, who is the left back. Straightforward. Harvey on for Allen.
Welcome Harvey to picking up Traore on that left back spot, the right wing spot for Fulham, so he's got to get straight into it, hasn't he? Did a little chase with Traore early on, it'll be a tester.
Yeah, test for the hamstring, isn't it?
I would imagine that there's many a left back, not that they have done there, but many a left back has gone off with a Traore hamstring and playing against him. See how far Sassignon is up the pitch in comparison to Batty, who was a centre-back playing left-back really. And that allows him to get up to someone like that man there. Harrison Reed comes over on the cover, good defended.
Yeah, pushes the responsibility onto the defensive midfield player. But he was up to the task there, chased it back against Onyedinma. Diop wasn't playing regularly in the Premier League until Anderson's injury, but he was playing in this competition. Kevin is wide, and herring straight at Grimmer, delivers the ball early, hardly broke stride. Leahy was back between the two central defenders. Now Batty to deliver, the central defender into the middle it goes. Kearney tries to get something on it. Decent goalkeeping by Norris. He came and made sure that he made some contact.
Guess who it was who nearly got him with the header? Josh King again, nearly got in front of him because that was a good ball in from Batty. Nice and flat. Nearly got in there, Josh King.
Kevin again, but Grimmer wings out. Onyedinma. Will be yellow card as well. I don't think it needs anything else, does it?
I don't understand all the rushing around, really. Tripped him up. Got the wrong side of him and done what many a player does. Good one for the team. I don't think he really needed to do it, though, Josh King. Just needed to come alongside and just bide his time there, but just a tip, he should get a red card. This, I think, is a little bit off the mark there.
Is it the height of the challenge? It's Jamie Pullett on the receiving end.
Yeah, he's all right though, look, you can see. He's just tried to clip him, he's caught him a little bit high, but he tried to clip him, but caught him a little bit higher. So it's like he's talking to a little kid, like he's 18 years of age, and the referee's in there thinking, oh, what he's saying. Oh, sorry.
The yellow card for the Fulham goal scorer, Josh King.
Looks like butter wouldn't melt in his mouth, does it? Like, look. all apologetic there, but I think he's going to be on the end of many a challenge like that himself, because he's a midfield player that gets the other side of midfielders, and this time it was him trying to defend.
Wycombe have a free kick. They're only 3 points above the drop zone in League One. They've done really well since Michael Duff arrived. 5 wins out of his 8 games. It's only his second Carabao Cup game. Henderson. Oh, Jimenez is back defending, and he didn't really meet him. No. Food for the happy man. Gets a little drag on the shoulder from Jamie Mullins.
Well played, though.
And it's Kevin. He's got some space to move into here, Kevin. And he comes inside and pulls the trigger, and it's a good save by Norris.
Yeah, I think he's had a rocket at half time. I think Marco Silva got into him a little bit, Kevin. He's looked a lot quicker. Just looking a little bit more purposeful, like driving straight away. Coming on the inside, getting his shot away. Easy save for the keeper, but all set up by Josh King. Lovely little bit of skill on the right to switch it out to the left.
Reed's gone across to take this. An hour played. All square at Adams Park. Swinging towards Jimenez. It's away by Taylor. Back to Lecomte, the goalkeeper for Fulham. He's been their cup goalkeeper. The FA Cup this weekend coming for Wycombe. We'll take on Plymouth.
They've just got to steady themselves again, Wycombe. They've been rattled by that early equaliser in the second half from Fulham. Just got to, when they do get the ball, break the play up from Fulham. Just take a little bit more care in possession.
On your dimmer. The break on here for Sam Bell. Can he get on the end of it? He's got Woodrow available. Castagna with a challenge. And that's unlucky to see the idea of the first time ball to try and release Harvey.
But poor execution, wasn't it, John? We both could see the idea, but got to take more care. Not going to get many opportunities like that. Ball there from Bassi.
Good work though by Jimenez to win it back, draw the challenge from Onyedinma. Free transfer signing from Luton, Fred Onyedinma, beginning of last summer. Kevin again, dancing feet into the penalty area. Now he goes for goal. Second line of defence was Connor Taylor.
Got to get closer to Grimmer when he's defending it. If he's going to come inside on that favoured right foot of his, they've got to get closer on the cover. As the game progresses, you get a little bit more tired, not only physically, but concentration levels.
Was short. Bell decides to take him on. Stripped him. Some to spare as well, Bell, but Harrison Reed again comes across as the defensive shield, and Castagna comes back.
Yeah, gets his midfield partner out of trouble there. Tom Kearney was a little bit lax and got into a situation that he doesn't really want, into a sprint. Not his strong suit there, Tom Kearney. Good on the ball, but he's having to defend in a sprint like that. Needs his little midfield partner to come over and help him.
Raul Jimenez. Castagna wide to Traore. To the edge of the penalty area, Jimenez takes it down, and he moves it on, and it sticks over the top by Kevin.
Yeah, just a little bit hurried there, wasn't he? I think Jimenez thought about the Cheston volley, and then, because there was a player coming into him there trying to block it, he decided to hit it onto Kevin, and just got a little bit hurried about it. Difficult one because it popped up a little bit, but should have done better. And he knows.
So, Alex Iwobi, Premier League regular, being called upon. Sprints was Tom Kearney's last involvement.
Yeah, the two I said, wasn't it? Maybe the changes at half-time. So there wasn't a lot of options, but obviously the left-back spot, you wouldn't think, oh, you've got to bring a striker, and they haven't got that, but they could get further forward with Sassignon in that left-back spot, and they have done, and now Iwobi replacing Tom Kearney. He would have wanted to finish the 90 minutes there, Tom. He needs a little bit of minutes under his belt. Never lets Fulham down when he comes on, though, or even when he starts. They just need to get that game time.
Nice play by Ewan Henderson. Harvey has to get that first touch around the outside of Castagna to throw. I think there are around 8,000 here, which is a good few thousand up on their regular league gates. Their ambition, as Jack Grimmer spelled out pre-match in the media stuff they did before, was to sustain as a championship team. Need to get more people coming through the turnstiles regularly. To do that, Hegel Sharp, the longish throw. It comes to Grimmer, he's mishit it, then on your dimmer, and the shot came from Jamie Mullins and was blocked.
Yeah, Jamie Mullins' shot could have easily gone through the legs of the defenders there and into the back of the net. Fulham struggling to defend the long throw. What most teams are doing up and down the country at the moment. There you go, they're first to that second ball. There's a four-header from Josh King, this time up the other end, but Fulham get the block in.
Funny things, the long throws, aren't they? Sometimes when it doesn't go to plan, it ends up being more dangerous.
Well, I think it's, what's difficult about it, having defended a lot of them in my day, is the trajectory it comes in at. Look at that high looping ball, look, you're not going to get a lot of distance on it.
Well, there's an opportunity, and Lecomte does come to claim it. There was an offside in there.
Even if you win that ball, John, it's only going to, you can't really generate any power on it from a looping thing like that. You're going to clear it about 4 or 5 yards. So when they all group round the second ball, there's a 50-50 chance of getting onto that as well. Look at the way that comes out the sky. That's hard to defend. And there's a foot's a little bit high there. That's why there's a foul there. But a difficult ball to contend with. And then you get the guys who can fizz the throws in, nice and low. Different connotations to it now.
So the goal scorer has played 3/4 of the game, Paulie Woodrow, but he's done his bit. Scores a goal, lovely finish early on. The like for like change with Donald McNeely coming on. McNeely is a 19-year-old on loan from Chelsea. Off, who had that shot a moment ago. Actually, so that was his last involvement, and Caelan Boyd-Muntz comes on. Boyd-Muntz actually scored. They played Wycombe against Fulham's under-21s in the Virtu Trophy, the new Football League trophy. He scored in that game. Really good goal, actually. Here's Sessignon. Kevin. More positive in the second half. Confidence up. Teasing on Yedimba, then shoots past him and delivers to the penalty area.
That's the old Michael Flatley there. That was going out to rate the feet there, wasn't they? Over the ball. It's so difficult. You just got to watch the ball. But if you watch his feet, it's a nightmare.
Google Michael Flatley kid.
He ain't a player. What a dancer.
again. Wobie into the penalty area. He's trying to work out Wobie's position. Sort of gone into midfield, isn't he? But he's obviously going to be allowed to roam.
Yeah, I think it's all about just getting a little bit of rotation of movement, just trying to break those three down in midfield who undoubtedly will tire what they call trouble to do, but got to stick to their guns with them.
Traore penalised.
Have a look at this for quick feet. You've got to watch the ball. Ball comes to him here. Look. Here we go. Over. Here we go. This is a little bit here. Watch. Bum, 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 bum. And he's round. Quick feet out of it. Okay. Lovely feet. Clean feet, as a coach said. One said to me, he's got clean feet.
So Sasha Lukic is coming on. Harrison Reed has played his part.
That's a shame for those two boys, Kearney and Reed. They would have both liked the minutes on the pitch. Struggling to get in front of Lukic and Sanderberger. So when they're on there, they need to try and get on there and stay there and cement a place.
Lukic scored against Newcastle at the weekend. Really brave goal that he scored, actually. And we saw him coming in beforehand, and he had a big shiner that obviously, I'm guessing, gave him that incident.
Yeah, worth getting one of them if you can get a goal. Take a shiner any day. They've got many shiners.
So here's Anders Egoscar again with a long throw. The League One, not the long throw, and he comes back again to the big Danish defender. Now Henderson can deliver, hoists it in. Onyedinma rose well.
Good climb as well, wasn't it? Spring heeled that one.
Here's Josh King, who got the equalising goal early in the second half. Both goals were scored early in each half.
Gone flat again. It's good for Wycombe because Fulham have gone a little bit flat again. We've got to get the pace up. You sense it might be down that left-hand side. We're sitting on getting in advance of Kevin on quite a few occasions.
McNeely, beautiful play by him, and Onyedinma can take it on. He's got Bell wide, but the decision goes against Onyedinma.
He was trying to get his head up there, and he just took his eye off the ball, Onyedinma, and he's ended up fouling. Look, he's ended up fouling. I think he's so anxious to get the ball released, to get it out wide, because there was an overload on the far side that he kind of forgot the ball. For this goal, Fulham. I've got to play quickly now because this is the stage of the game where there's a little bit of tired legs and tired minds, particularly with a lower league side. Their concentration levels as well as physicality goes a little bit, and this is the opportunity now, and this last little bit, John, to not take it to penalties, because if it gets to penalties it's 50-50.
Change coming first, and it's a change up front. This is an interesting one, isn't it? Raul Jimenez has played 73 minutes and he goes off, and Jonah Kusing Asare the replacement.
And that's clearly with the weekend in mind, because Raul Jimenez has played a lot of minutes. I'm just thinking, well, if his hamstring or his calf goes now, that's two out with Muniz already out.
So here's Bell. Switch wide to Onyedinma. Support coming from Henderson. And Henderson keeps on going, and he delivers into the penalty area. He was looking for McNeely in there.
Yeah, delaying, done really well. I think on the ball, Henderson's done well tonight. He looked kind of composed when he's had it. Not on a lot of occasions, but he's just trying to delay that, trying to allow the strikers to get up with his pace of play on that right-hand side, and nearly comes off for him.
Yeah, 25-year-old from Edinburgh. That was a kid at Celtic.
O'Neill might have an ex-Wycombe manager come to Celtic, can't take him back. Good luck to him, by the way, on his appointment, Martin O'Neill. Great to see him back in the game.
Yeah, undimmed enthusiasm. There's no foul. We go on into the penalty area, and it was foul is again, I think, Asari.
Yeah, just took a little bit too long. He's just come on the pitch, actually, so can excuse him. This Sasa Lukic is looking for the shot, decides not to, feigns to shoot, just puts him in there. Just that first touch got away from him.
Yeah, so Asari is an 18-year-old. He's on loan from Bayern Munich, but he's a Sweden youth international. Bayern paid €4.5 million for him. He's had 5 minutes against Leipzig and then came on loan.
So he bought on a lot of promise. I mean, these kids now, they pay fortunes for them just for the promise of them coming through, and they could save them a fortune in the long run. They'll get past Harry Kane, wouldn't they?
Here he goes, Asari.
Just a little bit leggy there, a little bit ungainly, but only a young man needs to be given a chance.
Again, Madley says play on. He's also twice. Today he's been consistent and over 50-50. Could it be a foul or not? He said no. Iwobi. And Diop. Made it straight to Boydman and fouled him.
Good discipline from Boydman, because he just held his ground there. He knew Josh King was in behind him in the pocket, knew that Lukic wanted to turn it round the corner, so just held his ground. Nearly there, Wycombe. They've only got 13 to go, John, and if Kane hasn't been an outstanding amount of pressure from Fulham, other than the goal, it's not like him raining down the shot.
Sliding, a couple of passes, and Onyedinma can benefit here. Dragged back slightly, and unlucky. Henderson tried to release Grimmer. Iwobi. Diop high and wide, looking for Traore. It was Dan Harvey who won the first header though. Fulham remain controlled. They haven't gone into tough-time mode that you see towards the end of the game.
Still a little bit slow, the passing across the back, isn't it? It's got to go quickly to break someone down.
Kevin at a trot at the moment. Alex Iwobi. The shot on the turn comes from Josh King.
Great turn, that's all I can say. They're not a great shot, but again the ability of the kid to make a good turn. There's a man who's made a difference in the second half, Ryan Sassignon. Look, just staying wide on some occasions and drifting in on others. That's just afforded a little bit more room for Kevin on that left-hand side and made the difference for Fulham. When they've attacked, it's generally been down the left, and he's had a good second half.
Yeah, came on half-time for Cuenca. They sacrificed a regular defender. Onyedinma. Calvin Bassey. It's a piece of Alex Iwobi. Kevin. Session's gone on one of those overlapping runs. Creates the room here for Iwobi. Diop urged to shoot by the visiting supporters. Sensibly does. And he finds Adama Traore. Accelerates inside. Decent looking ball in by Traore.
Yeah, just sorry, just misses it by just picking out his right foot there, just trying to help it on his way in. Gets across the defender, Taylor does the right thing there, but just can't get his foot around it. Decent flat cross from Traore as well, but he's blocked off on that outside, come on the inner, and that's when you've got to vary it up.
Jump by McNeely. Lukic.
Shame for Fulham because the switch of play was on, and if you can get that switch of play out and get it out early to either flank and get them one-on-one, and that was the one. A little bit tired in there, defending all got a little bit lopsided, got too far over on the cover. Quick switch of play from Sasa Lukic, but it was too hard with the attempted pass. But that's what they haven't done enough of this evening.
Iwobi wants to get on the ball again. Adama Traore, two go across. Kicked out across towards the back post. Asari was there. Taylor got there first though. Sessignon to Kevin again. Blocked by Grimmer. Retrieved by the Brazilian. Bassey. Iwobi. He's found a little pocket of space. Now he delivers into the penalty area. Out it comes to Adama Traore. And a really terrific bit of defending again. Harvey doing it, and then he smashes the ball. McNeely, I think, sensibly just chased it.
Wasn't the best of passes from Traore, just got away from him, but that was a good opportunity. Lovely little curling flat cross from Iwobi on that left-hand side. What he's good at, and he lays on that left normally. Just little flat crosses when you can get across your marker.
Iwobi. Kevin again. Flips it towards.
Turning that as well. I don't know what Castaigne's having a go at Traore. Have to be linked to Crystal and get hold of that pass there. That was really gone through, hasn't it? But wasn't the best. But there he goes, look, he's got all the animation. Got to play quickly, but at the same time when they get in that final third, just have that little bit of composure. There wasn't that from Kevin there. They had the overload because Castagna had come inside, the marker's gone with him, so it created a nice position for Traore, but the pass from Kevin wasn't up to it.
Bit of wrestling. And again, the referee says just play on. Again, Fulham retrieve possession. Lukic. Up to Adama Traore.
That's a poor ball from Josh King. It was too straight and he delayed it, and they ended up 3 yards from each other.
It won't be. Kevin against Grimmer. For about the 50th time this evening.
Good defending. Just waiting for him to commit himself, didn't there? Grimmer just held his ground. They didn't come back on the inside and got tight enough to block the cross.
Will it be penalties or will there be a hero? Dama Traore tips it over the head of Jonah Usiasari.
They're coming inside, they don't really look like they're going to create anything. If anything's going to happen, it's going from on the outside because they're really crowding that area. And we could do all the stats again, it's all in Fulham's favour. Getting closer to penalties.
The one that matters, as they say, it's still 1-1.
Those stats won't matter when you're one-on-one, penalty taker against the goalkeeper.
Although there is extensive preparation for penalty shootouts now with modern footballers.
Just have to check the water bottles behind the goal for all the information. I'd love to nick one of them while the goalkeeper wasn't looking. I wouldn't think the comp would be as familiar with the Wycombe players as up the other end with Norris with the Fulham.
Here's Castagna and King. They've got the equalising goal. Traore, first time delivery into the middle it goes. But it bounced away from Alex Iwobi.
Good side skills from Josh King, set up Traore for that clipped up cross, but gained a little bit too much loft on it.
And Iwobi again. Sessignon. Popped up in the air by Leahy and claimed by the keeper, Will Norris.
They're better the flat crosses because it gives a young man a chance to get across across his markers. Kevin just whipping it in there rather than clipping it up. If you can get across your marker, you only need the slightest touch.
And Iwobi plays it behind. Kevin is in some space here. Can he deliver? He comes inside. Good save. For a moment it looked as though the Brazilian might be the match winner.
And everything right. Composed, came back inside, but good ball from Iwobi, but the keeper was up to it.
High language from home supporters as the Wycombe players give the ball away again. Sasha Lukic to Iwobi. To the edge of the penalty area, turn, and a shot from King is wide.
He's done the extremely hard bit really well. Dragged it round, great ball from Iwobi, fizzes it in, but look at this for a touch. What a touch, dragged it round with his left onto his right, but then kind of just loses his composure. Here's the Kevin chance as he went down that left-hand side, came back on the inner, got his shot away through the legs of Grimmer, but the keeper was up to that one. But Josh King, what a great bit of skill that was. But the final shot just wasn't up to it, was it? But super skill. I can't tell you how difficult that is to drag it round with your left foot with the body shape that he had on him there and get that shot away, but should have composed himself for the shot, no doubt.
Will have no choice but to give the free kick this time against Luke Leahy.
Yeah, that should have been a yellow card. Much the same, exactly the same as Josh King, really, earlier on.
90th minute. The League One side taking the Premier League team to penalties at the moment. Iwobi and King on the edge of the penalty area. Ricochets back in there. McNeely dispossessed by Bassey. Says play on. Lukic does that. Iwobi wide to Traore again. Nice and really thin, comes off the defender. Throw it.
Took a little bit too long again, didn't he? Really had to make his mind up. Another yellow card dished out, but just had an opportunity there, Traore. Just be positive. Just first touch at your feet, get your shot away. But again, that slight hesitancy and allowed the block to come in.
Nearly the player booked.
Really got that focal point, as they call it, that there's a strong centre forward in there to hold it in there at the moment. Just a little bit of skill there from Iwobi and King, but you're not sensing, are you?
Sessegnon comes across to take the long throw. Taylor wins it. Sessegnon can have another go. The left back on the right wing. That's a Lukic. Up goes Taylor again to win it. Henderson, again he shows plenty of composure. How can he find a killer ball out? He found Sam Bell. Is there a heroic finish here for Wycombe Wanderers? Bell tries to get his shot away. It comes out to McNeely. He then pulls the trigger and it's wide.
Well, good composure from Henderson. Bell as well, but Henderson was the first one. This is Bell on the end of it. He was trying to get his shot away, but got blocked. Came back out from McNeely and he's kind of sliced that a little bit wide, but the little bit of skill and composure from Henderson again might stand out in that midfield area. Just a little bit of composure when they have broken the play up. Just had a little bit of composure to pick the pass out. Well done.
Playing 5 minutes of added time. We're a minute or so into it. Ryan Sessegnon, who came on at half time, to Alex Iwobi, who came on in the second half. Lukic, Diop, Lukic again. Iwobi to Sasha Lukic, and King in space on the edge of the penalty area. Has to be cleared. Crossed by Harvey.
He's the big danger, Justin. He's the one player who can get that ball into feet and make something out of nothing. He dragged one for a shot earlier on a couple of minutes ago and nearly set up another chance there. Got really good, quick feet. He's looking like the only one who maybe can unlock it.
They don't have long, but Adama Traore goes past the first challenge. Castagne's behind him. Lukic is there. Towards the back post it goes. Sessegnon pulls it back to Iwobi. And Iwobi changes the angle and drags the shot behind.
You see us going into penalties. It's been a little bit hurried, haven't they? They've struggled to create a real chance other than Josh King, who we've been quite lyrical about. But Iwobi trying to just get himself a yard there. That's a little bit of frustration.
Well, the second half has fizzled a little bit, hasn't it, from Fulham. They came into the second half with good energy. They got an early goal through Josh King, the equaliser. They haven't really been able to create a whole slew of chances.
They've played as quick Fulham as they have done in this last 5-10 minutes or so throughout the game, then it really would have broken them down a bit. They have been a little bit ponderous with their passing. It's been easy to get regrouped in front of that ball.
Traore. Time is running away from Fulham. Traore puts it into the penalty area. Norris doesn't quite get there. Here's the opportunity, and it's cleared off the line. Kevin denied. Spectacularly right at the end. Super play by Hagelsgaard. Traore again gets the ball into the penalty area, and another opportunity. King, dancing feet, still can't get a shot away. Anywhere will do for Wycombe.
That's a good clearance from Hagelsgaard on the line. Retreated back when he knew that he couldn't prevent that cross and saved it from Kevin, got it away from there, and Josh King was a little bit unlucky, couldn't quite clear his feet after that.
40 seconds to play of added time. Calvin Bassey has a look towards the goal. Goes instead to Iwobi. Sessegnon to Kevin. Now Diop. He would be an unlikely hero in open play. Traore again drills it into the middle. Once again, he sends Hagelsgaard away.
Well, last chance for Fulham, but he's come to life, Traore, the last 5 minutes. Got some decent crosses in. The clearance off the line. Comes back in from Kevin. He retreats Hagelsgaard, and as It's an easy clearance in the end, but good positioning to get back in there. It's definitely going to be the last one, and then we'll get into penalties.
So here we go, last chance to avert the penalty shootout. Lukic puts it in, goes out, there's a big cheer, the home supporters are delighted. Well, Marco Silva's Premier League Fulham have not been able to win this game in the 90 minutes. They still haven't been able to win a game away from home in this campaign, but they will have the opportunity from the penalty spot. Woodrow with an early goal, put Wycombe in front. Josh King with early reply in the second half. 90-minute score is 1-1. Penalty shootouts, not the lottery, but I couldn't tell you which way it's going to go.
Well, this is when it is 50-50. When in play, Fulham were always in command, obviously, and they defended well. Wycombe that second half, they started well the second half. Fulham, great improvisation from Josh King on the corner kick to flick it in. But it didn't really come to life until the last 10, when they knew that the game was in the balance and started playing a little bit quicker, getting around the back, getting some shots away, getting some crosses in. It didn't really have that focal point all game. Sorry, came on late, didn't he? But still a young man with a lot to learn, but it's now gone into the 50-50 situation, and if you give that opportunity to Wycombe at the start of this, John, they'd have gone, yes please.
Well, they've been here before this season, Wycombe Wanderers, and they were the Giants avoiding being killed by Bromley. In that game, they got through. Will Norris with a save. There are misses along the way as well. It's a big feature of the modern game, isn't it? Now we don't have replays. Silva is notepad. You'll have an idea beforehand who you want stepping up when, but obviously you don't quite know how it's going to
be the regular takers of penalties that you look first and foremost to. And then you're looking for volunteers, I think, and there's a lot of substitutions. You don't know who's going to take them, who's not going to take them. And then all of a sudden you're looking for people to step up to the plate. But I always think best strikers of the ball, get your best strikers of the ball on it.
Well, they've beaten Spurs, Everton, Manchester United in penalty shootouts in Silva's time. They've lost to Leeds and Preston North End. All of this, if you know, clue.
Yep, still good that score. Interesting to see what end they go, the Fulham supporters or the Wycombe fans. That's an important toss as well. Puts a little bit more added pressure.
River won it. Part technique, part belief.
Yeah, part guesswork, part information on water bottles. Don't think there was been enough space on that water bottle with all the substitutions that have been made to discuss every penalty taker that's coming up there.
Well, typical as well for Fulham were trying to plan it, given that Wycombe have rotated their team in the previous rounds of this competition. They didn't particularly tonight, but there we are, the two goalkeepers, Will Norris and Benjamin Lecomte. Lecomte is being summoned in here by the match officials. Harder for goalkeepers these days. The conversion rate of penalties has gone up since they haven't been allowed to cheat and come tearing off the line.
They're going to try and put them off with their phones. I think they are going up the Wycombe end, aren't they?
So it looks as though Wycombe going first, and Ewan Henderson,
who's played well. I think he showed a lot of composure on the ball. So he would be a choice of mine if I was choosing a penalty taker, because I think his composure shone through. Largely defensive performance, he's done really well on the ball.
Lecomte's board, Paul Norris has had a good look at it. I'm not sure what he did. It's a bit late for a spying mission. So Lecomte Playing only his third game tonight in English football. Has the opportunity to rescue Premier League Fulham from a giant killing at the hands of Wycombe. Ewan Henderson, first up for Wycombe. On a super save by Lecomte.
Really good save. It looked like he was way out there. I wonder if he moved because he really advanced well. Did he go away and spring? Yep, looked like he was okay. With his feet on the line there.
That's a Lukic, experienced international player. Up against Will Norris. Made one save against Bromley in the shootout. Needs to deliver something.
Goes the Bones behind the goal.
Bones in the flag. Line up on. That's a Lukic. Well, Lukic scores, powers it into that corner. Fulham lead.
Yeah, same corner as Henderson was going for, but a little bit more power. Good corner. Good penalty, sorry. Yeah, right in the corner as well, wasn't it? Good strike from Lukic.
Luke Leahy is next. I need this really, Wycombe. Not technically. You don't want to miss your first two.
What way the water bottle tells him to go here.
He just composes himself. Now he steps back. Leahy for Wycombe. Little hesitation and he does beat the goalkeeper just.
Never like that, stuttering runs, because sometimes you kind of decelerate into the ball, but he strikes this well. Look, little Harry Kane type thing, and a little stutter after that. If the keeper go the wrong way, struck it well enough to find the corner.
Traore strides forward, behind that little stand behind Will Norris. The flags are fluttering, the phones are being waved. Adama Traore, an international footballer, of course, can he hold his nerve? He can, powerfully rammed home by Traore.
Good strike as well. Keeper goes the wrong way, so it didn't really matter, but he struck it high as well. That's a nice little key. That would have been a real difficult one to save. Again, it's that little bit of a side netting, the same as Lukic. Really found the spot.
Phelan Boydmus is next. Came on as a substitute. Scored against Fulham's under-21s in the Virtue Trophy. They could really, really deal with him scoring from the spot now. Boydmus, neatly done.
Yeah, quickly into that one, I like that. No deceleration, little run into it, little bit of power, nice side put into the corner.
Now the boos for Kevin. Paid £34 million to sign this Brazilian winger. Had a shot cleared off the line.
Wonder if he'll do a little bit of trickery over the ball. I think, but don't do the stuttering thing. Don't get too clever over it.
Kevin, and it's Will Norris.
Great runner.
Look at the goalkeeper, and he beats him. Again, only just.
Just, wasn't it? Just. Good enough strike to beat the keeper, though. When you've done that little stutter there, you think, oh no, then you've only got a yard to get into it. You've got to generate that power from a yard as opposed to 2 or 3.
Hagel Scar, and who made that goal line clearance towards the end of the game. Lead by 3-2. Premier League side has the advantage. Hagelsgaard slams it down the middle.
Well, you say a good one. If the keeper saves it, then you say it's a poor penalty because he's too straight, but he's gambled in on him going too far, if you like, and hit that one straight, and the gamble paid off.
Alex Iwobi to restore the advantage for Fulham. And Norwich produced something. It's Iwobi, and the goalkeeper got a hand to it, but he couldn't keep it out. And a smile and relief written on the face of Alex Iwobi.
He knows, doesn't he? I think the keeper's got that, look, and it just flicks up off his wrist up high, doesn't it? I mean, that's really difficult to do. If you couldn't do that if you tried, but having got there, he really should have saved it, I think.
Now Sam Bell has to score. They're trailing as we go to the 5th penalty takers. If he misses, if Lecomte saves, it's Fulham who are through. It's Sam Bell, and it's into the top corner. They take it to the final and the regular penalties.
Probably the best of all, wasn't it? Went for broke, went high, went wide. No chance for the keeper on that one, even if you're going wide. Can't go wide and up as well. That's a great penalty.
The man who came on at half time played a good part in getting Fulham up the pitch, being more creative. Well, they haven't missed a beat yet from the penalty spot, the Premier League team. Settignon completes the full set for Fulham, sends them through to the quarter-finals. No, he can't. A save from Norris, and we go to sudden death.
Well, it's kind of a little bit telegraphed, and he kind of runs a bit powerfully there, Ryan Stalemate, which is surprising because in front of goal he's normally really good. Didn't get the power in that one. Trying to telegraph it, keeping it down there before the ball comes.
Yedinba. That's the opportunity now to put Wycombe in front for what would be the first time in the shootout. How deep will we go into this penalty shootout? On Yedinba against Lecomte. And it's another save by Lecomte. And again, Fulham are on the brink of going through.
Guys who run slowly up to it, there's no pace in their run, they kind of give the keeper a chance because the body shape tells them where they're going. Look, slow one into it, and he's across quite easily there. Good save. The best of penalties lacked a little bit of power.
Well, here, the young striker taking on a big responsibility, Jonah Tusi Asari.
Fair play to him.
The 18-year-old can win it now.
Would be a great start for him, wouldn't it, if he does put it away.
Tusi Asari, the win, the tie for Fulham. And he can't. Again, Norris saves.
Well, that was a strange penalty because he's gone at such an angle, there's only one way he can put it. He can't go back across the keeper from there because he's at such an angle. Really, really difficult to get it back across the keeper. He's trying to telegraph it which way he's going. Didn't hit it badly, but the keeper kind of knows where he's going because of the steep angle that he's running at the ball.
Donald McNeely is next, another teenage striker. He's on loan from Chelsea. Lecomte saved twice. He's done his bit as the goalkeeper, but he's got to step up again. Another save. McNeely denied the third save by Benjamin Lecomte.
He's done his bit, Lecomte. I think he's going to run in with a little bit of purpose. Trying to just get the whip and generate the power in that last little step. You've got to run in with more purpose.
4 consecutive saves. Peter Diop is next.
Well, wouldn't have him down as a penalty taker, the deal. But here we go. To send Fulham through.
complaining about something, just adding a little bit of delay. Well, the brilliance of Lecomte has given Fulham another opportunity. The big centre-back. Can he do it? Yes, he can. That is emphatic. Ethan Diop puts the boot through it into the top corner. Fulham are through, and they say to Wycombe Wanderers, there will be no time killing. Not today.
Well, that's a great penalty. That's the best of all the penalties. He's really powered that. Left back on impact, and it's gone in the top corner. Brilliant penalty.
Marco Silva can breathe a deep sigh of relief. It's tough on Wycombe. The referee got on the head by a bottle, so ramifications for that.
That's a shame. That's a bad end to the game. Good.
Let's have a look at this. So this is Diop thumping that ball to the back of the net.
Assistant behind the goal. We've got the head and Diop and everybody else concerned for him as well. Thankfully he's not injured, but they've got to fight. Whoever done that, fine them, does not let them near a foot.
you.